Hello, everyone. This is your market update for December 18th, 2023. Looking at this week's economic calendars, not a lot going on. We get building permits on Tuesday, existing home sales on Wednesday, GDP revision. It came in at 5.2. We'll see where that if it'll stay there or increase or decrease. The biggest data will come on Friday, and that'll be the PCE and the core PCE. So we'll see the inflation numbers and then consumer sentiment. I'd want to touch on the Red Sea. So the Houthi are Iranian-backed militant group, and they've been shooting naval drones and taking boarding ships in the Red Sea, and this is could turn into something quite significant. So watching the Red Sea right now, and if that escalates, that could push gold higher. Over to the charts, gold is more or less trading within the prior day's range. And I think I see one of two options. I'm not sure if this was an intermediate cycle low. So if it was, then we should be in the beginning phases of another 12 to 10 to 12 week cycle, which should break out above $2,100. If this was not the intermediate cycle low, then this move could roll over, and then we could bottom, say, around the 1960 level later in December, and then that would be the intermediate cycle low, and then we'll start a new multi-week, 10 to 12 week advance. So we got to see what happens here. The longer prices hang out, the more likely they're going to drift lower. If we do see some upside follow through above 2060, that would be bullish and support this being an intermediate cycle low and a new advance. Over to silver, same thing, not a lot going on, kind of trading within the prior day's range, holding the $24 level for now. We'll see. If gold rolls over, I imagine silver may roll over as well. Looking at platinum is increasing right now, currently $962, and it looks like they're trying to hold support around $950. And I wanted to mention GDX real quick. I'd like to see this gap remain open at $30.70. If we see progressive closes below that level, that would indicate to me that this is probably not the beginning of a breakout move, and we'll see more consolidation. So while we have you here, I wanted to jump over to the S&P 500. This is the monthly chart, and I think this is relevant because I do believe we are probably in for a season of roller coasters. That kind of corresponds with what Felix Zulauf believes we'll see throughout the remainder of this decade, where prices will go down a couple years and then up a year and down a couple years. So I think, and he thinks, that we may see something like the late 60s into the 70s. So I copy and pasted this area here, and I'm going to put it on top of this. So if we see something similar, prices could rally here, maybe to new highs in the low 5,000s, and then they could come back down to the 3,400 area, and then we could see another rally into the maybe 6,000, and then we could come back down, and it would just be a whipsaw mania where people would get so sick and tired of the stock market that they'd finally give up. And I think that's probably what we'll see. The exact levels, nobody knows, but the trend is going to be maybe a year or two up, and then a year down, then a year or two up, and then a year down. And I think that's the main takeaway I want you to have from this. So that's it. It's going to be an interesting decade or so. I hope everyone's having a wonderful holiday season, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.